Earlier in the day, we started seeing messages fly from January 6th defendants and their families claiming even before any official pardons had been signed that they were getting word that their charges were being dropped or they're being processed for release from prison.
Well, imagine that, Rachel, citizens being pardoned after actually being charged with alleged crimes. Do you have any opinions on former President Biden preemptively pardoning people who have never been criminally charged, such as Liz Cheney or Anthony Fauci? I didn't think so.
The list of people whose sentences were commuted by Trump today, commuted to time served so they can be released from prison, includes some of the people convicted of violence against police officers. It includes paramilitary leaders who were sentenced for seditious conspiracy for attempting to overthrow the U.S. government by force. You may have seen today that the Proud Boys put on their full colors and marched today in Washington in advance of tonight's announcement, saying, "Free our boys." Well, now their leaders and their members convicted of trying to overthrow the government and of violence against police officers, they are all being sprung out of prison.
Tell us, Rachel, do you have any opinions or insights to share regarding the blanket pardon of this man, Hunter Biden? He pleaded guilty in federal court in Los Angeles to all counts in a 9-count indictment, including 3 felony tax offenses and 6 misdemeanor tax offenses. There was no plea agreement. Judge Scarsi accepted the defendant's guilty plea. According to the indictment, Hunter Biden engaged in a 4-year scheme in which he chose not to pay at least $1.4 million in self-assessed federal taxes he owed for tax years 2016 through 2019, and to evade the assessment of taxes for tax year 2018 when he filed false returns. As alleged in the indictment, to further this scheme, Hunter Biden subverted the payroll and tax withholding process of his own company by withdrawing millions outside of the payroll and tax withholding process, spent millions of dollars on an extravagant lifestyle rather than paying his tax bills. In 2018, stopped paying his outstanding and overdue taxes for tax year 2015, willfully failed to pay his 2016, 2017, 2018 and 2019 taxes on time, despite having access to funds to pay some or all of these taxes, willfully failed to file his 2017 and 2018 tax returns on time, and when he did finally file his 2018 returns, included false business deductions in order to reduce the very substantial tax liability he faced as of February 2020. Tell us, Rachel, where is your moral outrage in the case of this man who is the son of the very president who pardoned him after explicitly promising that he would not?
Of all the possibilities considered about what Trump would do with the people who committed violence on his behalf on January 6th, this was the maximalist option, pardoning and commuting all of their sentences so that all of them are released. This was the maximalist option. And, like the blatant transactional open for business corruption, founding his own currency that you can buy to put money in his pocket the weekend before he becomes president. Aside from all of that just blatant open for business corruption, what we're seeing here with the January 6th pardons, this kind of thing does have the benefit of novelty, right? We've never quite seen something like this before.
Rachel, we just saw this very thing you falsely described with the Hunter Biden pardon by his own father.
Authoritarian rulers all over the world have always liked to have paramilitary, loyal but unofficial perpetrators of violence and menace to work on their behalf, to intimidate and hurt anyone in opposition, to make it too scary for normal people to participate in politics or civic life.
Indeed, Rachel, participating in politics has become scary. Just ask President Donald Trump, who was shot and nearly killed for having political views that does not agree with yours.
To make everybody who might oppose Trump in any way worry about the thugs that might turn up at their door. Trump pardoning and releasing from prison the January 6 defendants, including the paramilitaries, means he is effectively immunizing his followers from committing violence in his name. He's making clear, if you support me, the law doesn't apply to you. Not incidentally, the people he's pardoning and their families will feel like they owe Trump everything, and that they therefore should and now can do absolutely anything for him. This is textbook authoritarian takeover 101 tactics, which means today and literally over the next few days, they're going to see what they can get away with and how much they can cow people into not opposing what they're doing and not speaking out about what's wrong with it.
Except America, the self-proclaimed greatest democracy in the world, just had a free and fair election, not an authoritarian takeover as you falsely claim. And the majority of the voting public rejected your candidate and chose the one who is now the president. You do believe in democracy, do you not, Rachel?
More than ever, this is not a time to pretend this isn't happening. You're going to want to have a good answer when you get asked what you did for your country when your country started to take a turn this radical. We are here. It is happening in our lifetimes. Well, we are citizens responsible for the fate of our country. All hands on deck.
Again, more emotional hyperbole intended to foment fear and anxiety in people. Tell us, Rachel, if this tactic failed to produce the election outcome you desired, why do you believe it will undo the results that election? And there we are, mates. More of the same politics of fear, hatred, and insultingly hysterical hyperbole. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and check out my new graphic novel available for Amazon Kindle.